Okay, hey, so today at PersonMakeObject we are working on magnetic wrenches, adapting the 20 handles that I've been making over the past few days to hold the wrench. And this is how it's done. Start with a finished handle, ready to go. Use a Tygon vinyl sleeve to protect it when I chuck it in my lathe. You can see that that centers that piece nicely. I take an unshaped brass wrench that I haven't cut to match the butt end, just to get the length here, because I want these to be at least similar. Make an arc and take a jeweler's saw, super fine blade. This makes a kerf of about 12/1000ths of an inch. So I lose very little material for the grain match. This material, this particular handle happens to be that Queensland tiger wood, which we're still trying to figure out the scientific name of this material. It's extremely dense, like it sinks in water. Crazy. Beautiful stuff. I don't have much. I'd love to get some more if you know where I can. Thanks, Mr. Turner's Timbers, by the way. There that goes. This is going to the Unimat shortly to get faced off and a hole drilled. And this piece, take off that slight burr just because I don't want to accidentally tear it out. Next up, I center drill. Actually, before I do that, what's going in here is drilling a hole for a heat shrink tube sleeve that fits over the hex key and a magnet. So the hole, the first, in this case, 7/8 of an inch of the hole is going to be a number 29 drill. The hole for the magnet is going to be a number 31 drill. So this is a two-step drilling process in order to get a stepped hole so that the magnet is pretty much a press fit. And the heat shrink tube is a snug fit for the heat shrink tube, and there's room for epoxy for both of them. So here is my number 29 drill, which is going 7/8 of an inch deep, and I am just using the scale on my quill to gauge this depth. It's not like hypercritical. But since I glue this in, I actually typically push the magnet to depth. Where did my number 31 drill go? I think this is it. I'm going to double check with a drill gauge. 31. Yep, that's it. So now I move the quill to the bottom of that hole and drill an additional 1/2 of an inch for the magnet at the bottom of the hole. Now if we take this assembly of wrench blank and sleeve and magnet, I don't want to push this in all the way because it would get stuck in the bottom of the hole and I might not be able to get the magnet out, but that's basically what's going on there. Nice. Now let's go over to the Unimat and do the butt end of the cutoff. Alright, so here at the Unimat I'm doing pretty much the same thing. I put that offcut piece that's going to become the wrench into a vinyl sleeve to protect it from the chuck jaws. Going to face the end to make sure it is flat and square. And in this case, I've come up, the stack of magnets is the difference between, or basically how deep I need the hex key to go into the butt of the wrench. So I actually stick that onto the tailstock and I slide the carriage up against the magnets. I move the magnets out. Now the carriage becomes a stop for this drilling process, and I'm actually just sliding the tailstock along the rails rather than using the quill. You may not have noticed, but when I did the facing cut, at the very end of the cut, when I hit the center, I pushed it forward slightly to mark the center so that that drill bit wouldn't escape. And here goes a hex key. This is going to be a very slight press fit, and there's going to be epoxy in there. And all that. The assembly with the sleeve and the magnet are going to get glued in place, and we've got pretty nice grain matched key, and there will be a brass one as well. That's it. I'm done with 14 of these, and I've got like 6 or 8 more. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.